Hello and welcome to tonight's episode of Blades in the Dark, the Blackwater Exchange. This is a show about a crew of audacious career criminals and now apparently kidnapping.
You said that quite gangsterish.
Did I?
You were like Blades in the Dark.
In the dark. The dark. I can never say it normally because some weeks it's like Blades in the Dark and now it's Blades in the Dark.
Kidnapping, yeah.
Kidnapping, in it fam.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean every week. I should be not surprised that I'm surprised now. I think you know.
Are we hitting new lows?
It's not even that. It's just like every week I'm like, oh, I wonder what they'll do this week. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. Every week I have the same discussion myself. I wonder what they'll do this week. No, I didn't see that.
Your prep for this must be really fun.
It is, honestly. It's part of the reason I do really enjoy it. I mean, one of the great joys I think for being a GM for me is having ideas and then rolling dice and going, let's see what you guys do with this, because it's so unexpected. Like, you know, you're reading the book, like when you can predict it, it's boring.
Yeah.
It's the unpredictability makes it fun. So yes, I mean, picking up where you left off last week. A lot of lasts in that sentence. Lissa, the leader of the Crows, had pulled you into a meeting, or this time kindly requested you come, as opposed to just bagging you and forcing you to come.
Very nice of her.
Very nicer this time. She's definitely playing a lot nicer. With the intention of having you, or asking you to kill someone. Specifically, Inspector Scurlock, one of Inspector Hemlock's brothers, in inverted commas, the Lock brothers. They're not physically related, or blood related, but they're all foreign-born inspectors with all the same surnames.
Yes.
Or similar surnames. They've all got Lock, Hemlock, Scurlock. That's not their real names. They took a lot of inspectors take Crosian names and they come to Akaros. He wasn't happy about it, but he told you that he's tried to convince his fellow inspector to drop the case of the bombing, and Scurlock
stop
won't
looking
do
into it.
Yeah, and Scurlock won't do it. And Hemlock, fearing for his own safety and that of his brother Darius, who is a part of the Red Sashes, and so on and so forth, and just his own involvement, reluctantly, but seeing the way around it, agreed to help you basically kill Scurlock, seeing no other way around it. He said he's been trying a couple of weeks now to get Scurlock to drop it. He won't, and Scurlock's getting closer to the truth. Yes. So you did, except you didn't kill him. You kidnapped him.
Yeah, he was a hard bastard as well.
He was hard. Yeah. You can see now why inspectors are recruited the way they are.
Very suspicious.
Very suspicious. Being lured to part of the town on his own. Almost like he expected something to happen. Maybe a bit of hubris on his behalf, thinking that he could take it by himself. Yeah. But you guys did plant a lot of evidence to convince him to do well, you know, that it was needed.
Yeah.
And even so, he was quite tough to fight. You know,
he shot Merrick in the leg.
Yeah.
He shot you.
Yeah, like, I think it was perfect that just getting an idea of just how badass he was, even while rolling controlled. I think our first roll was desperate.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The controlled roll B, and then you got him on his own.
Yeah.
Thaddeus managed to poison himself. Like with
a rag. Tried to poison Scurlock, we wrested it off you, and then basically put it, chloroformed you, for lack of a better phrase. But yeah, I mean, the numbers on your side prevailed. He did come on his own. You managed to set up so that he would be on his own. And numbers prevailed. You and your gang prevailed. You took him back to your vault, and that's where you've locked him up. Currently passed out from the drugs you have. Yeah. And Lord knows what you plan to do with him. Though I imagine we could probably have an idea.
There was like some ideas which are floated around. Like, we're doing a lot of arcane tests at the minute and tests on our drugs, so we're probably just going to use him as a guinea pig.
Yeah.
You, Thadeus and Merrick would also know, having been in the room, that Hemlock was definitely conflicted about this. While you've done what he asked you to do, he was seriously conflicted.
I'd like to mention as well at this minute, because we basically denied any devil's bargains which left evidence behind. There's so many which
I
is
needed a clean up.
Yeah. There's so many of your devil's bargains were like, this
rumour gets out. Or someone sees you. No. I roll multiple entanglements. No.
Resist.
Yeah, you resisted everything. And your cleanup was good. You cleaned up the room.
Yeah.
When you attacked him, Romina rolled really well on
getting away. The getaway.
She has always done well on getting away. Even though she only gets 2 dice, she's always done well.
Yeah.
Very clutch from Romina. The Romina being the coach driver who you guys recruited in episode 1. Yeah. Who is basically a gang member. Well, she's not basically. I think she's a gang member.
Yeah.
She definitely asserts her loyalty to you more than her official day job.
Yes.
Cool. So, picking up where we last left off. Other things that happened last week was your colleague LaRose, who was your ex-military friend, Thadeus's old military comrade. His trial had been rushed through behind closed doors, and he is now in Iron prison. Other things, you recruited Juliet Green as a reminder, who is now a Scurlock. She is a member of the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh. Yeah. The religion in Doskvol was interesting, all across the continent, is that because it's proven that there is an afterlife, though spirits don't go anywhere. Yeah. The main church ideal now is that the flesh is almost perfect, or could be perfect. Right. You know, spirits go insane. The living flesh isn't insane, so the living flesh is almost, it's almost like been reversed now, that, you know, the current life is the best thing you can be. Though of course there are many sects and cults who believe in forgotten gods and worship demons and so on and so forth, because there is an afterlife and they have great power. And there are those spirits, though the church vehemently denies it, that do not go insane for whatever reason. There are, and they are known as the reconciled. These are rumours. But, you know, there are believed to be spirits who can resist this madness and can exist indefinitely. Yeah. As much as the spirit wardens as well would like to deny this, that's the rumours persist. You also, a hollow was found, a living hollow, that is a body without a soul. Not a zombie, just a body without a soul. They often use as like indentured servants. Yeah. With strange arcane markings carved into its flesh, was dragged out of the river. Several of these have been found. This is the first living one. They've usually been found ritualistically killed. Yeah, and that one was found in Crow's
Who's got that at the minute?
You bypassed the body, the blue coats might have the body somewhere. It's just
so the blue coats
news on the street. Yeah, it's just news on the street. You guys are aware that several bodies have been found like it. This is the first living one.
Okay. I guess, like, from knowledge of the city, we would infer that the spirit wardens would then deal with it.
Exactly, something like that. Yeah, the blue coats found it. Anything arcane, straight to spirit wardens. Yeah. It's almost like the blue coats like your police, spirit wardens like your FBI. You know, their purpose is very much arcane. Like the spirit warden, they kind of like a lot of jokes going Crow's Foot. It's like you could deal drugs with a spirit warden. Yeah. But don't just never let them see that you've got like a spirit bane charm. Yeah. You know, like the smallest arcane infraction, they'll be on you. But you deal with drugs, that's fine. Oh yeah, you're extorting someone, we don't care. Like that's the blue coat's job. And the spirit wardens have a secret membership to make them incorruptible, much like the inspectors apparently. Though the inspectors are not hidden. So that's where we left up. So the last scene of last week was you two locking Scurlock through the vault. So, picking up news of the week and things that have happened in Crow's Foot and beyond in the city. Not a lot. Not a lot.
Oh wow.
Not a lot. A relatively quiet week. Publicly
right,
quiet.
Okay. That's the news on the street. What's the news behind doors?
Now it's been a couple of weeks following the aftermath of the war in Crow's Foot, which is now truly settled. Yourselves, the Red Sashes, and the biggest gang, the Crows, everyone's looking to get back to business, back to life as normal. That business is best when the streets are calm and there isn't bloody murder happening. So, with that being said, it's well known that Lyssa is looking to rebuild the Crows to be after the Civil War and had the losses they sustained, so that she is consolidating power. She's recruiting new gang members, training them, and basically the Crows are just getting back to the way things were. It's well known that Red Sashes are also trying to obtain their focus again has now shifted back to obtaining the best of Rubian students, the best students as a whole, but particularly of Rubian students, especially sons and daughters of noble or wealthy backgrounds, for their academy, their sword school. And any political influence as is their game. That's what they're seeking. So things are basically getting back to normal. Yeah. The people of Crow's Foot are going back to their day to day without fearing about a shootout to occur in the streets. Ulf Ironborn, as a reminder, has declared you exiled from Coleridge.
No one wants to go to that.
Be attacked on sight.
No one wants to go to that shit pit anyway.
One thing you do notice is Tombstone seems to spend a lot of time downstairs in the lair, often looking at Scurlock, especially when he's asleep, or passed out, or drugged up.
I imagine she would.
Yeah, just looking at him. Doesn't ever attempt to open the door, doesn't do anything untoward, but just spends a lot of time just looking at him.
Okay.
So,
Fucking weirdo.
It's you're at war currently. One of you does not have a stress relief available to him. Oh, you do, but it's just you get until you get cards, you're at -1.
Yeah.
You get a -1 to your result.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because it's the cards, it's the gate, it's the influencing people
Yeah.
that you get a kick out of. Greyhound racing isn't quite the same.
No.
So, what do you want to do?
I will stress relief first of all. I will spend some time with my family.
Excellent.
And we need to do payoff.
Oh yeah, we do. And entanglements.
Entanglements.
It's almost like I had something prepared for you. And
well, let's
I almost forgot to roll.
Let's see what we get.
Cool. So, as is often the case, usually the case, after a successful score, you get paid. You take tabs. You take stock of your reputation and coin and how your gang is operating. So, by default, you get 2 rep, plus 1 rep or minus 1 rep, depending on each tier or higher or lower your main antagonist of the score was.
Can we choose to tier up before payoff? Like, could we have done it at the end of next?
Interesting. Let's see when you can go up. I think you just go up at any time.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm pretty sure.
I'd rather go up now just so we could make use of that. If that's what
Yeah,
we
we can do. I'm a bit confused. I'm a bit confused how tiering up works around war.
Well, you still tier up to like the next level, so it'll be tier 2.
You will be, but you're still getting the -1 down.
Yeah.
I'll just double check how it works when you tier up in war. 'Cause I mean, in just case it's not something we have.
So this would be us going up to the actual tier 2.
Yeah, be up to tier 2, but we'd be tier 1 strong. Yeah,
okay,
that's the only logical way it could work.
Yeah. Just gonna double check. Tiering up is the main issue. It's when you tier down that's the painful thing. Because if you're weak when you go into war, you go down a tier and stay weak.
Yes.
So tiering up. So while we look at tiering up, is there anything else you wish to accomplish in your downtime?
No. So how much would it cost for us to tier up? So we were on tier 1, so it'd be 2 times 8, so it'd be 16. But one thing to mention now is that we have a patron.
Yes,
I think
we're going to cover in a bit.
Which we'll cover in a bit as well. Who that patron is and what they do for us.
I think we should.
But in terms of mechanics, it means that when we level up for half as much money. We only pay half. So instead of 16 coin to level up to tier 2, we'd have to pay 8 coin. Which will probably get some coin during this payoff as well. But I
can't find it. I can find the advanced one. I can't find the tier up.
We have got a full vault, so that's 8 coin in the vault.
Yeah.
I've got 3 coin on me.
I've got 1, so we probably will. I think we should probably just tier up because we've maxed out on
our
rep and turf as well.
I think the order we need to do this: tier up,
yeah,
then vice den because we get 2 dice minus 0.
Yeah.
And then we'll do payoff. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you need 12 rep to fill the rep. Yeah, you need 12 rep when you've done tracker. Do one of the following. If your hold is weak, it becomes strong.
Yeah.
If your hold is strong, so what you're 1 strong right now, right?
We are currently 1 strong, but we are being treated as 1 weak because of the war.
Cool.
Unless it's under like the war rules that you can't tier up when you're
I'm just going to double check. If you temporarily loses 1 hold, war.
I did try looking up the rules, but I couldn't find anything solid on it.
So I think the way we do it is logically, which is Occam's razor, right? The simple explanation is usually the correct one. In that, when you are at war, you are you lose a hold. Mm-hmm. You lose a hold. If your hold is weak and it drops, the faction loses a tier and stays weak. Oh no, sorry, ignore me, that's reducing hold. That's interesting, we've never actually done that yet, in case you want to do that. When you're facing other gangs, you can take scores to specifically reduce their hold.
Oh, right, okay.
So rather than just go at them, you can go, right, they're strong, we want to make them weak. What can we do to make them weak? And it's attacking their power base. We've never done that. In right war, blah 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 blah, when you're at war, you temporarily lose 1 hold. So, pre-war, you are what? You are
1 strong.
You are 1 strong, so you're currently temporarily 1 weak.
Yeah.
So I think you'd go up 2. Right, this is how I think it works, logically. You would go up to 2 weak.
Yeah.
You are still treated as 1 weak.
One strong.
No, 1 weak. Because
okay.
when you go to war, if you're weak, you drop a tier and you stay weak.
Okay.
Yeah. If your crew is weak hold when you go to war, temporary lock causes you to lose a tier.
Okay.
What page is this on?
44 to 46.
Okay.
That's fine. I think we just want to level up anyway. Just.
Oh no! If your crew has 1 hold when you go to war, you cause you to lose a tier. So you're tier 1 strong. You enter war. You're tier 1 weak now. Yeah.
But we'll be tier 2 weak. So
and then you go back to 1 week.
Yeah.
You're losing the tier rather than the hold.
Right. Okay.
So if you're weak when you go to war, you lose a tier as opposed to a hold.
Okay.
That makes sense. So if you level up, you'll be tier 2 weak, but you're still tier 1 weak.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll spend 8 coin out of our vault.
Okay.
To
go up,
but we're still on tier 1 weak.
So, in terms of patron, because the upgrade took last week was patron, it's Harvale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our demon friend.
Your demon is your patron. And the way it works is he hasn't really given you a choice.
Yeah.
So we know you guys took some money off him and it's red. It's to your eyes, it's tinted red. No one else seems to know this.
Yeah.
And whatever you spend, you always find that the red coins stay in your possession.
Yeah.
You've purposely tried spending the red coins, and when you get back and you look in your pocket, or it's like, oh no, I thought I spent these, but it's your normal money is gone. The red ones remain. You find the letter, which simply says, to the Silken Noose, addressed to both of you. Keep up the good work. Ever your friend H. And in it you find a lot of this red tinted coin.
Yeah.
Which is how you are able to tier up at half cost, because he's basically funding your endeavours.
Yeah, I think it's we've kind of entered into a patronage against our will almost.
Because I mean, from what we know about the red coin, it's like no matter how we try to get rid of it, it always seems to come back. Like whether we spend it, whether we just throw it in the gutter or into the canal or into the river, it seems to always come back, like in small amounts. So there's nothing to say that won't be the case with this large amount as well. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not one to sniff at some free coin though.
So. Rather than 16 coin to level up, it's 8 for you, because he's funding your rise in power.
He is.
I mean, maybe it means Horth, right? H might mean Horth. It's not his handwriting.
It's definitely not Horth.
And it's the same handwriting as Harbale's previous letters.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll tear up, so...
You do notice in the back as well, on the back of the letter, it just has 2 numbers with a slash between them.
2 numbers?
2 numbers. One of the numbers is a 5.
So, a number?
Just think, how many people have you killed for Harbale?
Oh, right, yeah. Like that.
Does it say 2/5?
On the back of the letter, that's all it says. Right, but like on this A4 page, the whole letter, and on the back of it, in these massive, it's just 2/5.
I wonder what this could mean.
Well, you've killed Una, and you've killed the first gentleman, whose name currently escapes me.
He was unimportant. He was a druggie.
That's how little he mattered to us.
Yeah.
Forsyth.
Killed Forsyth, and you killed him. He was one of your He was one of your addicts.
Yeah.
And the other ones one of them is Lord Strangford the Younger. Oh, sorry, Strangford the Elder.
Yeah.
Is one of them.
Yeah.
One of them is I think it's Ariana the Blessed, the cultist.
Yeah.
And another one you're not too sure.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We would also like to do a tier roll now in our Vice Den.
Yep. Okay. Yes, you got a Vice Den gifted to you from the Crows for.
Oh yeah. So we still only get 1. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still 1 because we're 1 week.
So,
sorry, John. A 1.
1.
Boom. 1 coin.
1 whole coin. So we've spent 8.
Yeah, I'll leave 1 in there.
And we get 1.
Hooray!
So, would you like payoff?
Yep. Give us some money.
So, you've leveled up first. So you get 2 rep.
2 rep.
I think you're going to get 1 more because it's against the inspector. I think the inspectors, I'm trying to double check, are tier 3. They're either 3 or 4. I think they're 3 because they're in more individuals with power as opposed to.
Get some rep with Lissa.
Yeah, inspectors are 3 strong, so yeah, you get 3 rep.
Awesome.
Cool.
And you basically get coin based on nature operation. Any loot you seize. I'd say for this, I think you get 4 coin.
Okay.
It wasn't so much a money score as you did it. You'll get some rewards from the Crows and so on and so forth. But it's not an out and out money score for you, right? It's just
no.
small.
Do the Crows want to?
The Crows will want to. So you got a net of 3, right? With your Vice Den.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Not too bad. How much have you got in the vault of interest now?
3.
3.
We have 3 in the vault. I have 3 personally.
I'll just put mine in the
yeah,
vault.
let's just put it on the vault. So we got 7 coin total.
7 points total. Nice.
Do we gain stats when we level up?
No, that's with the.
Subtract coin equal to your crew tier plus 1.
What?
So it'll now be 3
No,
coin.
because we're tier 1.
You're tier 1, yeah, currently, yeah. But if you,
When we go up,
when you get up, the crow will start wanting 3 coin off each score.
Yeah. And that's when we go to war with the crows.
Yeah.
No way.
You get some heat, of course. You did quite well. You were quite silent, but you are at war.
We did kill. No, we didn't kill. Oh, we didn't kill.
You didn't kill anyone, but you are at war, which means you get plus 1 heat. So,
What?
Doskvol, being the city of information, informants, spies, and prying eyes, I think contained stand exposure 2 heat. It's pretty typical. You know, there was some fighting. You heard some gunshots, some screaming, smashes. Plus 1 because you've been at war.
Yeah, okay.
I would say as well, it's a high-profile target.
True.
It's a freaking inspector.
There'll probably be some investigation.
It didn't happen on hostile turf. You lured him to you.
Yeah.
There was no killing. So 4 heat total, minus 1 for your high society
3
contacts.
heats.
You deflect information. So
That's
you take 3
less heat than we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Still wanted level 2.
And so you are on 3 heat. I roll 2 dice for your wanted level. And you get 2 2s. In trouble. For the usual suspects. Interesting.
I don't like entanglements. You should remove those from the game.
Yeah, I know. We got nothing against us already.
Okay, cool. That's quite funny. I think that's quite funny.
Got enough going on. Entanglements.
Pocket or no?
Yeah, pocket.
Okay, always the pocket.
Always a pocket.
Always
Spring up when we
always
least
the
want it to. Matt's already got something about my family. I can already feel it. I'm just not going to stress just fight you.
So, yeah, what do you want to do?
I'm going to stress relief. So I'm going to go home.
Excellent.
I'm going to attempt to go home and spend some time.
You totally do.
Okay.
Right, it's lovely.
Like nice home cooked meal. Catch up with the son. See how he's doing.
Hi, son. How's your friend Paddy?
I see how his friend Paddy's doing. Because if I don't stress relief, I'm going to get stress anyway. So because of my advice.
You have a trauma.
I do.
You are paranoid. You have to remind yourself what you're doing it all for. All the horrible things you've done is justified for your family.
Yeah. That's exactly
Walter
it.
White.
So 4 dice.
6. Nice. Big 6.
Big 6 and some more of the very small numbers.
3. Yeah, I'm down to 1. Okay, that's my first downtime activity.
So you have 1 each plus 1 for your mastermind because you're at war.
Yeah.
It's funny when you're leaving home. There is a carriage waiting for you. A familiar one.
Okay.
You've seen this before. It's the crows.
Oh right.
And then you see a rather gruff-looking gentleman. No more gruff than the rest of Crow's Foot, but still typically gruff. Got a scarf on. It's quite, late morning, probably about 11 o'clock, equivalent of. And he just says to you in his gravelly voice, "Get in. Alyssa wants to see you."
I will get in.
Yeah. Merrick, you have been already picked up.
Okay.
You are
Make it
taken
easy.
to the rookery. The crows. And you see your whole theme with these crows, they wear crow's feathers, they're based called the rookery. They live in
They
crow's
live in a
fort.
nest.
You get the idea. Yeah, the eagle's nest, right?
They eat worms.
And, yeah, not quite. And you
Spaghetti.
are taken to the war room.
Yeah.
Where Alyssa is sitting.
We're very familiar with this place now.
You've been here several times, so it's a 3rd-storey building, it's one of the tallest in Crow's Foot. Not tallest in Doskvol, just tallest in Crow's Foot, it looks over the district. It's a large oaken table, beautifully carved, well made, often covered in papers and maps as Alyssa pores over it, plotting and scheming. As you walk in, she's not got her feet up, as she usually does. She is standing over it, smoking a cigar, hanging outside of her mouth. You see typically a couple of daggers stuck in certain places. There is no hemlock. It's just Alyssa and a couple of the crows. As you walk in, she doesn't dismiss them. She seems content to talk in front of her current peers with you.
Okay. Do we recognise them as her inner circle? Or?
Not particularly. You're not too sure. That's an
Has she got a second in command?
Interestingly, after Bell, you're not too sure who it is.
Are any of them like regulars?
Yeah, you've definitely seen these guys before, but you're not sure if the inner circle are just close.
Are any of them hooked on recall?
I forgot we had that.
You do know. One of them would be, yeah. One of them would be a user. Okay. You recognise him.
I'm just trying to think what the telltale signs of it would be from our points of view. What would you imagine?
Yeah, what would be a telltale sign for someone who uses recall? Or would you just recognise them from your dens?
Yeah, there'd be a side of that, but maybe like.
I think out of the 3 crows present plus Lissa, one of them would definitely use it.
I sort of imagine it as being quite like a dreamlike state. So maybe like your eyes don't go cloudy, but like in between blinks, you just like maybe see like a cloud. Like as soon as it goes dark and it's sort of like a clouding of the eyes, but it goes like
maybe,
straight away.
It's like the inhaled smoke, right? It's like purpley smoke.
Yeah.
I kind of envision it as like a very faint, just like purple tint.
Yeah, maybe that.
Eyes.
Yeah, like over the eyes, like over the bridge of the nose, is like a purple, like,
glaze,
like not a scarring, but maybe like a burning because it's sort of like it crackles with electric.
You wouldn't notice if you went like out. Didn't know to look
when you know
it.
you know kind of thing.
Yeah.
When you can see it, you look out for it. Like you can tell when someone's hungover.
Yeah.
Even if there's no outward signs, you can just get a vibe. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So you guys know. Yes, you know one of them is a recall user.
Okay.
I imagine the more addicted you are, the worse it gets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the more obvious. Okay, cool. Lissa doesn't offer you a seat. She's standing herself. Seems to be straight into business.
Okay.
And she simply says to you, "I need you to call off the hush bell. I know you've paid them. I want you to call them off." And then kind of pulls the chair back, sits down, pushes some of the desk papers away.
I'll say, well, are you proposing to kill our target then?
And she pulls a cigar out of her mouth, half laughs. And when she laughs, it's funny. It's like lopsided because of that scar she's got over the left side of her face, across the eye. It just finishes above the mouth, but you can see it's obviously affecting the muscles. So it gives it like this lopsided, sardonic grin, even though it's probably not intentional. She looks like she's always got a sly smirk about her, as if she knows something you don't, or there's a joke you don't quite get that she's heard. He goes, No, I don't. But in the interest of friends, you guys well know the water rats were supplying the lampblacks with some pretty good weaponry. I've come to an agreement that they will be supplying us instead. And I don't want that contact to be killed over a misunderstanding.
They came to us and they threatened us.
I know
what would you do in that situation?
And that's why there is no punishment. That's why there will be no trouble going forward. I will pay off the hush bell for their time, using our resources, because I understand what you did and why you did it. It's a misunderstanding. It's best interest for everyone if we can make an ally of the water rats rather than an enemy. They have access to advanced weaponry. Dr. Gunn has contacts in the military. They're getting their weapons from somewhere. Killing them is not a smart move.
What if I find out where they're getting them? Can I fucking kill him then?
We can certainly have the conversation. But until you do, I would like you to call off the hush bell.
Well, as long as we don't have to pay anything, I don't give a shit. We'll call them off.
They have done us a terrible wrong.
They have.
It's just a good job that the hush bell weren't more effective. You know, they've been on the job for 2 weeks. How long does it take? How long does it take to fucking kill one guy?
Well, Dr. Gunn is a hard man to find.
That's how we gave him this. Yeah.
Out of game, we did the downtime roll for them, and they got a double. They unfortunately got a double one, which means it's one tick out of however many they need to get. Dan then turned around and went, "No, I'm going to roll for them." 14 dice later, he got a 4. Up until that point, 13 dice between 1 and 3.
Yeah.
So that was just funny. Dr. Gunn's a hard man to find. Took me several weeks with my resources.
They haven't done us a great wrong.
I think they were looking for opportunity, much like any of us were.
Yeah, and it almost got them killed.
It did.
Imagine if they were... Well, they should bear that in mind, and I might have to remind them of that. Am I allowed to say? Am I allowed to tell them that I've called off a hit on them? Are they aware of that? How much do they know?
I think they know it's out there. I will speak to the water rats and make nice. So we've come to an understanding.
Yeah,
it was a misunderstanding. They did what they did. You did what you did. We're all friends again.
we shall call it off as long as there is no future misunderstandings with the water rats.
Well, they know that it is in no one's interest. What happened finds its way back to Coleridge. And our friends there. It's in everyone's interest if this just goes away now and those responsible for the horrendous bombing are apprehended.
I will find out where they're getting their weapons from.
Good for you. It's nice to have a go. And if you do, we'll have a revisit the conversation. You're that man to let things go, are you, Thadeus? You hold grudges, don't you? You hold grudges.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe the water rats may unknowingly owe us a favour. I'll turn to leave.
You turn to leave. So, unless you do anything else, Lyssa now will pay the hush bell for their time.
Okay.
As a symbol of goodwill to you.
Okay.
Because basically she's trying to make nice. It's her way of saying, let go.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Of course, you can do what you want to do.
They were doing terribly anyway.
Yeah.
They
were not
really
not going to get it.
I mean, they will eventually. I mean, unless something else happens.
Yeah.
You know, but the water rats have definitely heard about it.
Okay.
So unless you guys interfere in any other way at the moment, the hit will be called off.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine for now.
You do also hear, speaking of Coleridge, as Lyssa mentioned it, that the grinders have shifted their operations from the docks following your attack on them.
Well, we've got their warehouse now, so
Exactly. They've taken. You guys have heard this through the grapevine in the underworld.
Yeah.
That they have moved their base of operations and their focus to Coleridge.
Okay.
All Fireborn, Belbrogan, and now the Grinders, and basically the three major heads of the Scov peoples are now all residing in Coleridge.
Yeah. Let's take the Scovs from here and put them with the other Scovs.
Yeah. It seems that the whole enemy by my friend is definitely taking place. The Lost, the Water Rats, and the Silver Nails have all been either affected or pushed out of Coleridge now.
Okay.
As because the Silver Nails have some, I am not affected by Coleridge, so the Grinders have shifted operations to Coleridge, but what smuggling and work did in the docks, they've now shifted to Gaddock Rail Station, which is next door.
Okay.
Which is a lot where the Silver Nails bring a lot of their stuff in.
Yeah.
Hence how they've been affected. The Lost and the Water Rats are based in Coleridge or have influence in Coleridge, because Doskvol is a city that is carved up and there is no room. If you want something, you take off someone else. The Scov factions have taken it off them. So Coleridge is now essentially almost completely ruled by pro-Scov factions.
Okay. What did we want to talk to the Silver Nails about last week? Was it to do with...
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Wasn't it ghost stuff? How to kill demons?
Maybe.
How to attack ghosts? The source of tainted and lights in the darkness?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I haven't got
There's a few things you could talk to them about.
Yeah. I can't remember. Right, do you know what you want to do for one of your downtime activities?
Yeah, I want to do some stress relief.
Cool.
It's going to be risky stress relief because I'm at like 5 stress, but...
You can't overdo now, right? Because you get 6, it's -1.
Oh, sure, I've got a -1, yeah. So, Merrick's not happy with his his release, like his vice purveyor. So he's going to go to the Greyhound races again.
Okay.
And he's going to, and he realizes that it's because he's not taking control. You know, he's betting on something and then not, like, he doesn't really have control over it.
Yeah, it's like throwing dice, right? You're just doing it.
Yeah, exactly. So he's going to bet on a Greyhound, and then he's going to sneak down into where the Greyhounds like are kept, and he's going to totally like break the leg of the favourite.
I love it.
Yeah,
I actually love it. Amazing. Okay.
So there's gonna be some rolls here.
So he's bet on the second favourite. He's gonna go break the leg off the favourite.
Exactly. He just wants that level of control over the winner.
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, I could lend you some drugs if you wanted to do that. Like, you don't have to break his leg.
So how would you want to do this? I mean, do you want to tuck your way into where they're kept? Do you want to sneak in?
I think he's just going to prowl down.
Prowl down.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think risky stand. It's a good starting point here.
Okay. He's going to prowl down to where the greyhound's kept. That's a 6.
So you do it without consequence. So you
don't want to break a public.
You see where the dogs are kept in the kennels. The people are coming and going.
Just feed it like loads of food.
Act like you belong there.
Like feed it full of like chili con carne or something. I don't know.
You see the minders of the individual dogs and the trainers there.
Yeah,
you're there.
Well, like booze it up, like feed it whiskey so it's drunk.
That's probably better, right?
So the stadium at Night Market is like
probably less obvious as well.
It's a typical small like little runner stadium. You know, they go round and round and they chase the hare as it goes round.
Yeah.
And they kept underneath the stands and they brought out from under the stands. So you're underneath the stands right now.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna sneak down there. I'm gonna just put some whiskey in the water bowl.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the dog drunk.
Okay.
In fact, no, he wouldn't bet on the second. If he had that plan, yeah, he'd bet on like one that's got like way better odds, and then just like get them all drunk.
Okay. So he's doing a few of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just make a fortune roll for it. I think you're tier 2 technically.
Yeah.
I think you'd have access to decent booze. So call it 2 dice. I think tier 2. You know.
Okay.
Let's just see how you do. How well you do.
How good am I at getting dogs?
Surely you want lifestyle roll.
Lifestyle roll for the boozy ass. Shall I do a lifestyle roll?
I don't know. It's less. It's probably less, but
you'd have access to decent booze.
Yeah.
Or mind you, decent might be a wrong word. Just strong, awful, like just lethal.
Well, we do own like a den, so
yeah.
you would have thought you
roll it. You going down. You roll it. So let's see how well you do.
So 2 dice.
Okay. See how many you get without being caught. You've prowled down and you've done it without consequence.
Okay.
So so it's a decent result.
Yeah.
Slight consequence. You don't get them all. You get the top 3.
Okay.
Which one are you going to bet on though?
Right. Or what you think is top 3? I mean, you're definitely not a master. You know a lot. You're like, well, these dogs look the same, right?
Yeah.
You know, but you definitely know the favourite.
With Merrick's skill set, I was surprised he didn't just like give the dogs demotivational talks. Like
you suck dog. You're gonna lose. Yeah. You're nothing.
Sway them.
Massive result.
Right, you're gonna throw the game.
Yeah. It's for your best interest. Woofity woof.
Okay. And then just go up and like watch the result, watch the chaos.
Yeah, go for it. Make your roll.
So it is 2 dice.
I'll give you a devil's bargain here, which is crazy, right? Because devil's bargains for usually fractions.
Yeah.
You get extra dice, but if you get a 6, you do overindulge because the race. You're so invested in it now that you can't walk away from it.
I mean, this does not sound like a good trade-off.
I mean, you might get an extra 5. You might get the extra die.
No, okay.
Okay, fine.
Let's go with the 2 dice.
You're gonna roll 6.
You resist the urge.
There you go.
1 6. Perfect. Boom. So you clear it. -1 to a 5.
Feels good to get dogs drunk, but still not great.
Cool.
Right, we've got another downtime action. I'm gonna try and contact Dr. Flint. And I'm going to go try and heal myself.
Excellent. Hello, dear boy. It's wonderful to see you again.
Hello. I seem to have, he's quite embarrassed, poisoned myself on my own supply.
It's often a mistake of those who dabble with the chemicals and science.
Still a bit stiff. It was, what was it? It was standstill poison.
Yes, well, we can certainly get some alchemical features to remove this from your body. So he sits you down, starts going through his own potion bottles.
Tier +1. 2 dice.
It's technically be tier 3.
Huh?
Oh no, you've gone down because you're a war. You're a war. Yeah, can be tier 2.
5 and a 4.
2 ticks on your healing clock.
I will pay another coin to
go. You do it again. So you spend more time with Dr. Flint. Boom, 2. So you heal. So all level 1 harm is reduced. Yeah. All harm is reduced by level. So.
Yeah. So you're now unharmed.
What harm has Merrick got?
I do have winged leg from the last score.
So any physical thing, you just roll on 1 less dice or less effect.
Yeah, anything
running around.
It's less effect.
Less effect.
Like movement. Yeah, it's 50 brain legs.
It's not like a total level down, is it? Like it doesn't go from like control. Sorry,
no, it's less effect.
Sorry, it doesn't go from.
So for Drisky standard,
great effect down to no effect or anything.
No, it's just
great to standard.
Great to standard, standard to limited, limited to 0.
But it actually goes down like a full level. It's not like a discretion sort of thing. Oh right.
Yeah, it's less effect.
Fair enough.
No, you know, I mean, like if you say like the guy's on the ground paralysed, you're like, I want to kick him in the head, which is an awful thing to do, but you are criminals. You're still going to do good, right? Like, you know, even with limited effect, like. You're still going to do it.
I've got my cane, right? It shouldn't affect me.
Well, there you go. Yeah, exactly. So why would you do that anyway? Unless you're really angry. But it's that kind of thing, you know. I jump from a rooftop. That kind of thing, you know. Yeah. So you've been winged in the leg. You've been winged several times.
I will stick 2 ticks into lucid recall.
As you are a calculating person.
Yes, analyst.
So you get 3 ticks.
And the way I do this, like, is basically like giving Scurlock a bit of the dose.
Yeah, Tombstone, what you do it the whole time.
And probably like use Tombstone as well, and like ask her whether she can like connect or like feel what he's feeling, like maybe the emotions or like whether there's reverberations through the ghost field. See if you can make any link at all.
Yeah. Okay. What cohorts have you got currently?
So we've got Dr. Flint, who is an expert. Yeah. We've got thugs, which are elite to us, some local thugs, and we've got an expert, Juliet Green, who is a skulk.
Interesting.
Tombstone's like a gang member, Matt Jane's a gang member, and then we've got Thingy as well, the coach driver, Ramina. Sorry, yeah.
Just as interest, your thugs, their flaw is their principles, right? They will not attack anyone in Crow's Foot.
Yeah.
Because they're from Crow's Foot.
Yeah. They won't do anything against Crow's Foot.
Yes, it's in a Crow's Foot. Cool.
I'm vegan.
All meat, yeah.
They won't eat meat.
They will also... Interesting, right, cool, yes. So this is what
or
happens.
any animal product.
So,
they now eat meat.
they love now meat. Eat meat, right? Yeah. Okay, well, no, we'll save that for later.
Okay. Right, the question is, what do we want to do then? I know we had an idea of like an arcane ritual from like last session. Obviously, this job with Scurlock came up.
Yeah.
In the last session, we sort of felt like we probably needed to deal with that. Our idea last session was to sort of use the information we've got about the Ghosts Have Highways, which is the way the spirits travel throughout the city, or like they live, and basically these beams which you can travel to certain points and stuff like that. Our gang member Tombstone knows a lot about it. She's able to facilitate that to some degree.
Yeah,
I've got to say that is now a lot more enticing now that all the gangs that don't like us have moved conveniently to one place.
They're sure of the defences.
Yeah,
they think.
What I think we do is sort of like have a bit of a long-term project, like, because I think what our plan was to open up the highway and basically get into their base, and then basically entice as many spirits as we can to that area, and then get out of there and basically wreck the area using like a arcane method. So I think what we have to do is find a ritual or like a way or a source or something like that to enable us to do that, to call ghosts to like a certain area. I know in the Leech's playbook there is there's a thing which is Ghost Ward, where you can wreck an area with arcane substance and methods, which makes the area anathema or enticing to spirits of your choice. So they either leave or come in. So I think we find a source of a ritual to do that. Basically, it's not like I don't really want to take that, and I can't at the minute because I don't have the points. But if we could find like a source, or like do some research to find a source, or like maybe we could it could be like some sort of score in which we could find out information about that. Like perhaps we ask some of our arcane contacts, either Tombstone or I know someone in a priestess who might have links to someone who could give us that
Juliet
information.
Green is also in the church.
Juliet Green, yeah, as well. She could probably give us some information about where to learn about it or where to find out about something like that. And then we do a score to acquire it, and then we could do some like downtime rolls like next session to see if we can get to the point where we can actually do the ritual. We travel Ghost Have Highways into their base for the score next session. Do the ritual in their base, and then see what happens.
I think with how indirectly we've been dealing with this war, I think unleashing ghosts on them is like the perfect way to get at them. But
Yeah.
we just need to figure out how we're going to do that.
I mean, looking at the ritual rules as well, it's going to take a massive toll on our bodies, like in terms of stress level and like probably harm.
Oh god,
like,
not that tainted clock.
I've read it briefly into the rules of rituals, but it's like the more you want it to be effective, basically, the more stress you have to take, and the more the consequences will be.
And we want it to be very effective.
Yeah, and there's like weird things which would go along with the alarm as well, like perhaps like when the ritual is taking place, like there's just blind, like deafening noise or like bells clanging or something like that, where you just, I don't know, like a screeching where you can't actually hear what you're doing, which makes it harder, or it's, I don't know, like the whole area looks like it's raining spirit plasm or something like that. I don't know. We'd have to have a think about that. Yeah, we'll. I think the first port is to get Juliet. We'll ask her to get some information on it, like whether she's heard of anything like that before, and what she feels is the best way to acquire.
It's interesting you mention the church as well, because while you guys are discussing and making plans, you hear a couple of screams and the sound of crashing coming from upstairs in the silken roof.
Okay. I'll immediately go to one of my periscopes in the vault and see what's
you see
going on.
Tombstone, having run into one of the back rooms, clutching what looks to be a bundle of objects.
Yeah, we'll go up. If she's acting weird, she's bad for business. Let's go up and see what's going on.
When you get up to the room, she was the one screaming.
Okay.
She seems to be half crazed and is frantically like looking at these items she's got, and you recognise them as definitely relics from one of the local churches. After which you hear loud knocking and shouting at the door. She's like, "Don't identify me."
I'll say to Merrick, "You just calm her down. I'll go see who's at the door."
Yeah, I'll turn to Tombstone and be like, where have you been? Like, what?
Can't you see them? Look at them! Look at them! Look at them! Look at them! Look at it! It's going around. And she's pointing all the objects, and like it's a chalice. There's the symbols of the church exit of the flesh, small idols of some of the saints, just like small ones, like bundles. They're not particularly valuable. She's definitely stolen them.
I guess they just look like normal objects to me.
Yeah.
Can I make an attune roll to see if I can spot anything
Certainly.
weird about them?
Yeah, this would be risky standard.
Standard. Okay.
It's 6. You do that consequence. Not particularly. I mean, they have got history to them. You can sense that as you kind of, but nothing more than an antique would. There's nothing inherently arcane about them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go to the door.
You see several citizens looking extremely pissed off and going, "We've seen her coming here. Where is she?"
Can I help you, fellas?
Yeah, we've seen the girl. Where is she?
What are you looking for?
The girl who stole the items.
I'll get your items back. Just wait here.
Is this how you guys run a business? You harbour fugitives. You shout out as you're walking away. He's like, "Shout after you."
Look, I don't want any trouble in here, and if you start causing trouble in here, I'm gonna have to cause some trouble for you.
I know who you are. Yeah.
Oh, who am I?
You work with Derry. Yeah, he's one of those guys. He wears the fancy ties, and you realise these are citizens of Crow's Foot,
Right.
and they likely have or know people in your gang.
Right. Okay.
So, what you can do here is one of several things.
God.
Tombstone has caused some trouble for you.
Oh yeah.
Due to her flaw for being attracted to the arcane. She has stolen some items from the XT of the Church of the XT of the Flesh.
Okay.
Of course she has.
And seems to be on some kind of high. She's definitely taken recall. Her eyes are completely glazed.
Yeah.
And whatever memory is remembering, she seems to be living it through now. And she has publicly stolen some items, run through the street screaming, and has brought them back to the silken noose.
Okay.
You can either forfeit 3 rep.
3 rep? That is crazy.
As the citizens of Crowsfoot go, this is how you guys run your business. This is how you guys run a gang, right? In this, both peers and everyone in the Underworld, this is how they run it. They let their crew steal from the church and the citizens of Crowsfoot. Or you can face reprisals from the church. Or you can make an example of Tombstone.
What are the reprisals?
You don't know. Whatever you think the church might do, the citizens of the church might.
Can we like just donate like 2 coin to the church?
You can certainly do it if you want. You can try and make an example. Yeah, you can do it if you want.
Well, first of all, we're going to try and calm Tombstone down and get the artifacts back off her.
Yeah.
As you go take it, she just starts screaming. She's just screaming. Not hysterically, just like maddeningly.
Okay, I want to like. Obviously, we've dealt with people on trips before.
Yeah. All the time.
I want to just like use my soothing words and make a consort roll to try and calm her down.
Certainly, this will be desperate limited.
Ooh, okay.
You'd also know, you've done this before, you've got the kind of clear roll potions, alchemicals, which will remove any toxins from someone's body.
Yeah, you can use outcasts.
I imagine you guys would probably keep a stock of that for like people ODing or going nuts. Yeah. But it depends if you want to use
I'll
said valuable thing, because it will be one off your bandolier.
Yeah, can I assist Merrick?
In trying to just talk her down?
No, with the alchemist, basically.
Okay, yeah. Like, see if you can get close enough to give it to her.
Yeah, to raise the effectiveness level of the...
Certainly.
The effect.
So it'll still be desperate, it'll be standard.
Okay.
Because Tombstone is still not going to let you do this, unless you can talk her into it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll still go for it, I'll just for distance, it's okay, calm down. She's just screaming.
Yeah, she's screaming. Desperate standard.
Desperate standard. It's a 6.
You do it without consequence.
Rolling all those ones just before the session has really helped.
Take your desperate XP as well. So Tombstone, you talk her down. She's like, and then in the way she does, she just goes from 0 to 100 to a 0 as quickly as flicking a switch. She's like, oh no, that makes total sense. Yeah, cool. I'll drink this. And she drinks and she after a couple of minutes, it starts to take effect. She starts to calm down, and then her eyes begin to focus and clear. She's like, "Oh, hey guys, how's it going?"
I'll
looks around at all the scattered items.
I'll take these.
I've seen that before. Yeah. Oh.
Yes.
And she begins to realise, she begins to kind of recall, pardon the pun, what has vaguely happened.
Yeah.
She's got an idea. And then what you see her do is her eyes kind of go in that blue haze. She's attuning. And it's somewhat certainly, because she's done this before, reliving past events in the ghost field. She's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Look, we're going to try and make it right.
She's good. Oh, that's not good. She goes to attune to the ghost field and she's just knocked flat on her ass. Tombstone's out of it. Yeah, she's out of it.
Okay.
Right, well.
She hits the floor. Unconscious. Breathing fine, but passed out.
We should return these to the good people.
Yeah, I'll let you do the cleaning up on this one, Merrick.
That's most kind of you.
Don't try and... I mean, we're going to have to make a contribution, but don't make it more than 2 coin. Try and talk them down to that.
I'll gather up all the items and I'll return them to the people.
So the guy outside, there's 3 people outside, all looking extremely angry. You've been going, oh, finally, here he comes. Oh, just give him over here.
I'll hand them over.
Takes the bundle from you. Is this how you guys run your business? Like one of your staff, if you can call it that. Just run around looting churches.
I apologise for the behaviour of our...
apologies.
Employees.
That's wonderful. Well, how's he going to stop this happening again?
We shall be reviewing our internal training procedures, and I should be making a sizable donation to the church. And
you think money's just going to make this off? This is an insult. This is my fault. And then one of the guys turns to the other and I thought these guys run them better. But I'm not even angry, I'm just disappointed.
Could just pay the rep.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
We'll just give him a rep. We'll just do
We'll
the rep.
just take the rep,
okay.
whatever.
Seem that money will not seem to effectively buy off the faithful. They take their items. March. It's like they're walking down the street. You hear them say to someone, "Don't go shopping there. They're church thieves." Absolutely disgusting. That's that entitled, kind of like the soccer mum with like two kids coming into the store going, "I want to speak to the manager."
Yeah,
you just got the Doskvol version of that.
She got the haircut.
Yeah, and you just got the Doskvol version of that. Just awful business. So word gets around that you guys can't keep control of your crew, and that one of your main crew members, steals from churches.
Okay.
It's not an undeserved reputation.
I should probably do it again.
As you go back in, Tombstone's just sleeping soundly on the floor, like half passed out, half unlocked unconscious. You're not sure exactly what happened to her.
I'll just drag her into a chair.
Yeah, she's completely out of it. She tried to attune to the ghost field to do whatever she was going to do, and it was like she walked into a wall, invisible wall, and just hit the ground and dropped.
We've got enough to worry about without worrying about our own people.
I'm going to get in contact with Juliet Green.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask her for a meeting. I want to see her in person.
Okay.
Does she accept that term?
Yeah, certainly. She tells you to come.
So I haven't met her.
You haven't met her? No, you've met a double.
Yeah.
Or what you think was a double.
We've had some information off her, but
yeah.
I haven't met her yet.
Cool. So she invites you to she asks to meet you, or she tells you to meet her. As opposed to ask you. She tells you if you want to meet her, you can meet her at the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh, one of the ones in Chapter Hall.
Right. Okay, cool.
If you would like to meet her there.
Right, okay, yeah. I'm guessing you're coming.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, yeah, we'll travel there.
Cool. So, Charter Hall. As you enter the district of civic officers, of the courts, banks, city officials and students and captains of the imperial industry who like to live within sight of their fortunes, you walk past the crematorium, past the university, and it's near J.M. Park. You've got one of the main churches here. It's as you're walking through Charter Hall, you see clerks running through with bundles of official papers. The bankers go past in heavy carriages with private bodyguards and clanking armour. You see students or street corner cafes discussing Aruvian politics and the danger of the Scov revolution should happen again. That kind of thing. The streets are broad, they're clean, they're well lit, and the buildings are quite imposing as they have their classic sculpture motifs and their official looking columns and entryways. Every building's kind of got steps going up to it, with the big arched doorways. And you go to one of the main churches there. Okay. The largest in the area. As you go there, you realise she's invited you to a sermon.
A sermon?
The entire church is full, and you don't quite know where she is.
Okay.
You've arrived just at time. The time she's asked you to come there, midday, is indeed the time of the sermon. You are among the last to arrive.
Right.
Well, I guess we'll stand at the back of the hall and listen in.
Oh, Thadeus will say, Jesus, my wife drags me to some of these sometimes.
So, the mass takes an hour. From 11 till 1. Sorry, 11 till 12. Midday. As you've seen this person before, this is Elder Rowan, the leader of the church in Doskvol, finishes his speech. His sermon on the great gift that is the body from the lords above, as he calls them. You're neither of you religious, are you, I believe, in this game? No, not particularly have any religious sway. So you have the basic idea that there are gods. There are gods they made it. Whether there's one god or multiple, they're not. People argue, but the Church of the Flesh does believe in several. A pantheon, though the actual nature and specifics of them, neither of you are particularly aware. And there are cults that worship one or forgotten gods. There are specifics. Or whether they're just powerful beings, you're not quite sure. But the church seems to focus on the idea that there are many, there are a pantheon, and that the bodies they have given the people are the true nature and what should be, and that spirit has since been corrupted. So he tells you you're going to go live clean lives, take care of the body, take care of the flesh, The crowd disperses. People shake their hands. And it's not until about 30 minutes after, I imagine, by which point you're probably, especially Thadeus, probably more than Merrick, is getting quite impatient. The crowds begin to properly disperse. As the sermon finishes, people shake hands, they discuss, they catch up, they network. People spread out into their equivalent of the Sunday, the last day of the week, the 6th day, the rest day of rest, to go about their day.
Is there a particular god or whatever that the church is?
There's no one focus over any of them. Okay. Yeah, you maybe 6, maybe 7 you're kind of aware of in the pantheon.
Yeah, well, obviously, like Merrick used to kind of run a cult a little bit.
Oh, right, okay,
one of the
understood.
forgotten gods. So
Yeah.
He's kind of like he's not taken in by any of it, but he has a rough passing knowledge of that kind of.
Oh, then in case you know, then there would be 7. There are indeed 7.
Yeah.
There are 7 gods that they worship, and they fulfill different aspects of their lives. But what the church seems to preach is that the 7 are aspects of one. There's 7 faces amongst one. So there's one divine being, which, depending on which interpretation of the church's text you believe, you would know this particularly, as this is how you find cults, is take a little bit and make it your own. That either, depending on the text, it was either split into 7 distinct gods, basically when the world was fractured, the divine being was fractured, but other sources, and these are different sects of the church, believe that it's still one god. So there is a similarity, but a difference of either 7 and 1 and 7, or 7 and 1, depending on which way you look at it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Eventually, there was just one person, a dark-haired woman, sitting in one of the pews about halfway down. Dark clothes, sitting with her back to you. She just remains.
We'll go sit next to her, I suppose, and address her.
She does look somewhat similar to the woman who arrived at the Silicon Moose.
I'll say Juliet, I suppose.
Doesn't reply, but seems expectant at further conversation with you.
Is this a safe place to talk? If you will talk to me.
You almost sound hurt.
No, I don't get hurt by little things like that. Be with me how you will, to be honest. I'm just here for business.
Well, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't safe to talk, so talk as you will.
It's nice to meet you for the first time anyway. Thank you for the information you gave us before. It was very, very, very helpful in completing our goals.
So she's looking straight ahead towards where the altar is, and she just nods. She hasn't met your eye line once yet. To the untrained observer, you would simply look like 3 people lightly discussing talk of the day.
I'd be interested to know how you came across that information.
City has many talkers, if one knows how to listen.
See, that's the one thing that worries me at the minute. How do we know that the information you're giving is reliable?
I believe my reliability was assured as part of the arrangement. Either you trust me or you do not. The choice is yours.
There does seem to be a large amount of secrecy around our arrangement.
Would you prefer transparency?
I do like to look in the eyes of those who I do business with.
I've heard about your eyes, miss. Both of you. I noticed they do not have the purple taint of your addicts. If you look into mine, you will see neither do I. So, you requested a meeting. I'm here. How can I help you?
We know you deal in arcane secrets, and I guess what we'd like to do is maybe pry one out of you, or at least find the source of one of these secrets.
She seems to be listening.
I'll get to the point. We need a way to call spirits to an area, perhaps a large area, we've heard of certain rituals which may be able to do this. My sister, my wife's sister, has mentioned it a couple of times. The dinner table.
Ah, the priestess of the Red Temple.
Seems you've done your homework.
I would like to know who I am working with. Yes.
Yeah, that's very thorough of you. Brings me great, It's very comforting to me actually that you're thorough in your work.
I certainly try.
Do you know how we will be able to obtain something like this? Whether you know of a person who knows of such ways, or where we can obtain some text where we can learn to do it ourselves?
Why do you ask me? May I ask a non-Melista? And she knows your sister's name.
You said yourself that discretion is your strong point. I don't feel discretion is her strong point, and I don't think my wife would be very happy about me dabbling in these, what she would say are dark arts. You see, I'm not a man of the church, but she very much is so. A woman of a church.
You're a band from the Red Temple, I believe.
Band is a strong word. I just choose not to go there very often. Mainly because they don't want me there. But
yes, the veil has certainly drawn its doors closed to you.
Yes.
And she uses the proper name as well, which is the veil.
The veil, yes.
Well, I appreciate your honesty.
And I like to keep business matters business.
Family personal.
Yeah. So, do you know of anyone or anyone?
And as you said, she actually does turn to you then and says, and so we do not have a personal relationship, as you so seem to desire.
No, it's always good to be thorough though, Follow the road as long as it goes. Yeah. Obviously the road stops with you in this case, and I guess that's just something we're going to have to deal with, Merrick.
Quite.
If the information you keep giving us is of higher quality as it always has been, or has been over the last 2 weeks,
She gets up now and walks over to where a set of candles are and takes one from underneath. And she expectantly seems to expect you to follow.
I mean,
so that you're not raising your voices.
I'll get up and follow.
Your footsteps echo through the church. It's a typical, very Western church. Some kind of architecture, big vaulted ceilings, a long aisle in the middle with large pillars between them, which you could definitely hide behind, or it obscures a viewer. Candles are at the foot of some sculpted relief. You're not entirely sure of what god or goddess robed. And as she begins to light candle and continues to talk at a rather quiet voice, most respectful. If people walked in, they'd hear murmuring and they wouldn't have the words, you believe. Well, I'm glad you trust me so. But yes, it's good to keep things separate. So, what arcane secrets do you wish to delve into?
The calling of spirits.
Calling of spirits. You want to rip open a veil?
Yes.
It's a very dangerous thing to do. Why would you want to do such a thing? I mean, you are aware of what you're asking.
Our enemies have walled themselves in. We feel like it'll be very difficult to get at them physically. And the way we like to conduct things is very much like the puppet master pulls the strings, indirectly moving the puppet.
It's almost like you sound like you want to be the one controlling the one who controls the puppet.
Maybe, yes. But we know how we can get into their stronghold. We just need a way to wreck it once we're in there. And I feel like this is the best way.
It's very interesting. You are aware, of course, there is an entire institution dedicated to stopping the exact very thing you are discussing. A secret membership organisation founded by the immortal emperor himself. The gold masks, the spirit wardens.
We're aware. That's never stopped us before.
I admire your boldness. It's refreshing, if anything. And I'm just going to look for some information quickly.
No worries.
Because she's going to want something in return here.
Get paid. It's a job.
Cool. So yeah, she's going to want help. Let me just check the membership.
I feel like we might die doing this. Oh,
I mean, probably.
Die. Probably Tombstone. She's probably going to die.
Yeah. All roads lead to the same place, right?
When you say hot veil, I was...
I'm not fucking with you. I promise you that. She actually uses that word for that phrase. She's all roads lead to the same place. Even the ones the dead use. You wish to tear a rift in reality. There are several who could help you. The gondoliers will be the safest, but probably the hardest to convince, as they spend their lives closing spirit wells as opposed to opening them. But in the application of closing them, they will certainly know how to do it.
Yeah.
They rule the waters of Doskvol. They are respected.
If we know how to close it, is it like a case of just reversing the process to open it?
I doubt it would be so simple as that.
Okay.
But they would certainly know how to do it, yes.
Okay.
Perhaps you can convince them. Lord Scurlock.
Ugh.
He is not a myth. He is real. Perhaps you should speak to him.
Yeah.
He would certainly know how to do such things, having lived as long as he has.
Okay.
Perhaps some of his descendants might help you as well. You know, of course, what he truly is. And if you do not, I would avoid him.
I don't, as she says that, like, I don't say what he is, but like I just glance at Merrick and then glance at, because he's a vampire.
100%.
Yeah. So I just glance at it. I see if there's any like.
Is that wide knowledge?
Yeah, he's a vampire. Yeah. She says that she's categorically telling you he's real and he's a vampire.
I mean, Thadeus is just like checking to see if there's any like movement in his facial expression at all. Like when Juliet says, "Well, we know what he is." I was gonna say.
Do not go to him with empty hands. Bear in mind, he is no animal. He is a very insightful, very cunning, very powerful man. If man is the right term to use for him these days, but he is intelligent. He is no mere beast.
I would not like to go down that path.
Or perhaps you should just simply kidnap another spirit warden and just torture him.
Kidnap another?
I believe you have one in your basement.
How the fuck would you know that?
We've not had any dealings with the spirit wardens.
No. I would ask your newly acquired friend.
Maybe he's a ex-spirit warden.
Yes, do you say it to her? Do you say it to Merrick?
No.
In return, I require a very small favour from you.
Okay, go ahead.
A very small, I want you to arrange a meeting for me.
Okay.
There is a friend of yours who funds you, who you meet with, who you have dealings with and have been seen with several times. In fact, you were seen with him in the company of Lord Scurlock at the terrible misfortune of Hawthorne Drakenberg's display. I would like to meet Harvale very much.
Look, I can arrange the meeting, but I'll be level with you. You don't want to meet with him. He's bad. He's bad luck. Honestly.
What's the purpose of your business with Harper?
That is my business. No, it will not affect you in any way. If it did, I would tell you. The fact that it doesn't, you don't need to know.
Have you had dealings with demons before?
Demons is a strong word. It didn't take you for a believer.
I've seen his real face, and it's not human. I'll tell you what.
Think he is a demon?
I have strong feelings he's a demon. Yeah, I'm only telling you this out of professional courtesy,
I appreciate it.
so you know what you're walking into when you go and meet him.
Fantastic. I would very much like to meet him even more.
If we have to vouch for you, we would of course need some assurance that you do not wish him any harm.
Interesting. You're protecting him. Is he that
We're
weak?
protecting ourselves.
Is he so weak?
He is not one that we would wish to anger.
Perhaps you should ask him to introduce you to Lord Scurlock. They have a relationship, do they not? Perhaps he will even grant you his protection. And thus...
He's going to ask for another killing, though.
Well,
perhaps we could go together. Two birds with one stone, as they say. You provide myself with the introductions, and meanwhile gain your protection from Scurlock, who then will surely help you to defeat your enemies. Though I would pray that you contain whatever madness you have planned and do not release spirits upon the city. I doubt you would want the spirit wardens looking into you further, for they surely will be. Well, do we have a deal?
We'll get you your meeting.
Fantastic. Well,
okay.
so it was a pleasure and to do such productive dealings.
You know what we could do? Like, if we do this ritual and like basically release the spirits in Coleridge, we could like try and make it look like it was actually the Scobs who were
to blame for everything.
like their plan was to like actually release it, you know, on the sea as assistance or something like that.
yeah, I mean we know about Cersei, right?
You know about...
So we've got someone we can possibly pin it on.
Cersei. Who was she again?
She's the Whisper of the Grinders.
Oh right, yeah. How do we find out?
She's the crippled one. She's the third one in command.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or second in command. You're not entirely sure. She's definitely high up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got Derek, Cersei, and Hutton.
Has anyone been arrested in the Grinders yet?
No. Do you want to see how far they are along the clocks?
Yeah.
They are now on 4, so you can reduce it by 1. So they're currently on 5 out of 8.
Yeah.
They're now at 4.
What?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Moving to protection of Coleridge is helping.
Disgusting.
Okay.
But the Scobs have not found anything because they've taken their entire turn to ally with Ulf. They've helped each other.
Right.
So neither they've decreased by 1, but the revolution clock has not changed as their efforts have not been focused on pushing it, but rather on securing the zone.
Okay.
Very defensive, securing their new territory.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dumb Skulls.
I mean, they're definitely weakened. I mean, they're massively weakened.
Yeah.
But they're still, a 4. They're quite, maybe calling animals is the most dangerous. So
what do we get in return for setting her up with Harvale?
she's told you who you should speak to.
And that's all we get. Wow.
That's all you've asked for so far. Would you like to ask for more?
Whether she knows of any instances where this has been done before, and the effect it had on the casters and the area.
I mean, she's part of your gang. There's no reason for her not to help you. So she will tell you. Yeah, it's been done before. There are rumours. The city exists on rumours, right? the rumours are hard to corroborate and to get many serious proof of. But what she believes and what she's told is that there are those who can open rifts. They're usually whispers or those arcane leanings. They're often difficult to close once done. It's highly illegal. Highly, highly illegal. I mean, we're talking explosive legal here. I mean, it's what the spirit worms are literally made to stop. Because you're tearing a veil in reality and letting spirits loose into the city. That doesn't stop people, of course, doing it. You know, in the same way drugs are illegal, bombs are illegal, people still do it, right? You know, that's what happens. To do it will likely bring the spirit world's attention and anyone who does do it, but you know what you're doing is very powerful. You're letting spirits loose, they possess people, they scare people, you know. Most people in Doskvol have got a near-death experience with a spirit, you know. You go into any pub, any bar, any tavern, people are going to have stories because it's just a day-to-day occurrence living there, especially in Crow's Foot, something like that, where people die all the time. And not all the bodies are recovered.
Yeah.
You know, you're letting loose basically an arcane infection, for lack of a better phrase, into part of the sea.
Okay. Is this a good idea?
Probably not.
But the city is equipped to deal with it. The spirit world. I'm not trying to convince you either way, but you know, the spirit ones are there, the gondoliers are there.
So I thought,
and sometimes these just happen. They're not entirely sure why, they just happen sometimes.
Yeah. See, the whole reason we're at war with the Grinders is covering up for the explosion.
Yeah.
If we're going to do something that is the same...
Yeah. Damage level.
Yeah, the same...
Well, on a side note, you guys would know this, so like, I'm not trying to convince you, just so your characters are aware and what you're going into. While it would be highly illegal, I mean, the bomb is another level, right? The bomb is another level. Messing with arcane stuff is going to bring tension, but it's not going to be a level 4 wanted level at all.
Right.
It's not that level.
Well, how about, like, then we use... we use the Ghosts of Highways to get into their base.
Yeah.
We then... Could we get, like, convince a ghost or a spirit to possess the leader of the Grinders, and then in turn convince the ghost to kill the second in command of the Grinders while he's possessing.
Yeah, so more of a tactical more of a tactical strike. I mean, there are possessor ghosts around the city, right?
Yeah, there are those who. Let's tell you what. Why don't you make a roll for this to see how much Merrick knows?
Okay. It is a kind of a general.
Is it a tune? Because it's
think
okay.
It's not an actual action per se. I think how much many dice you got on a tune?
I've got 2 in a tune.
Make a fortune roll using it. It's a fortune roll for what you know from a tune.
Okay. So 2 dice. 2 4.
This is just your starting knowledge. You can always go into it deeper, right?
Yeah, of course.
Your starting knowledge is that you've heard stories or rumors or people tell oh man I was at this crazy party and I got possessed by this ghost and it left me the memory, and all I wanted to do was eat, so I had to go eat loads of foods and I've seen it like from an out-of-body experience. So there are those you've heard that will possess. Some of them are the nickname riders, some of them where they literally like ride bodies for a while and move on. Some of them are quite benign, i.e. Again, like they want to just touch things and just feel to what it's like to be alive again or just eat food again.
There's ghosts out there who are just like angry and rage induced, aren't they?
Absolutely, yes.
So I guess what we could do
and that's what most ghosts end up being
is perform a ritual, like maybe get into their base, like using the highways, the spirits of highways, so we can like deep strike into their base, right?
40k term.
Like into their base. We get him, like we drug him up, like maybe paralyze him, perform the ritual, call forth like an angry ghost basically, or like a rage induced ghost, get him to possess, using a ritual, get him to possess this guy, and then just like bomb it out there, try and escape, and then just see how mental he goes, like inside the base, because he's going to be a formidable. What was his name? His name's Hutton. Yeah, he's a formidable warrior. So
he's an absolute tank.
Yeah, so it would probably take a few to take him down, and hopefully the ghost won't stop until he's played out. So we try and call forth like the angriest ghost in there. Something like that. That might be interesting.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. So just like one out, and then just like very careful.
Or like use a ritual to basically draw it into his body, sort of thing. So we still need to go down a path of finding a ritual which will do that. So we can still get in contact with Lord Strangford if we want to go that. Lord Scurlock if we want to go that way. Or we can like maybe even like we could even. It's just too many options. We could even do something completely else and get Lucid Recall like bottomed out next episode and just pump Hemlock full of it and see if he knows anything about anything like that. Get the information about
Hemlock or Scurlock?
Scurlock, sorry.
So double check. I was like,
yeah,
I mean, if you want, I was like, wow, I blew the we're gonna fuck up Hemlock.
So should we ask Juliet about that as well?
Yeah.
Plan B?
Yeah, after we've had a bit more information about how dangerous that could be, we'll ask her about a ritual to draw a angry possessive ghost into someone's body.
Are you asking her for one, or what are you asking specifically?
Whether the contact she's given will have information regarding that as well. Or
Scurlock will definitely have those kind of rituals. He's probably your best bet. For arcane rituals, there's Ariana the Blessed. She's an occultist. She might know something.
Okay. The Silver Nails, what are their things?
They're anti-ghosts.
They're anti-ghosts, yeah.
They'll probably be able to help you as well.
Yeah.
They're a +2 with you.
They wouldn't want that.
Oh no, they're ghost killers.
Yeah,
they're ghost killers.
I think the term is Ghostbusters. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they're Ghostbusters. But maybe you could ask them, hey, how would you kill a ghost? And they tell you go, and if you reverse that, what happens?
Well, in terms of score, then,
yeah,
could we do a social score with Lord Strangford to try and convince us to give him that?
Strangford and Scurlock.
Scurlock, sorry.
Strangford is an interesting option because he's a Leviathan hunter.
Yeah,
and he definitely has dealings with demons.
Yeah, Strangford's the one that we have.
He's got a target on his head, basically.
Yeah,
Strangford the Elder.
Or perhaps, like, as a start of the score, like, we could just, like, talk to him and see what he wants doing, and then it might lead to him wanting us to do something. Scurlock.
Yeah, you can absolutely do a score Scurlock. Yeah, social score Scurlock.
What do you think? Get him to convince us, or you're not feeling that?
Yeah, I think dealing with the vampire is going to be fucking all kinds of a bad idea. But yeah,
I mean the kickoff could be like trying to convince Harvale to have a meeting with Thingy, because that's the kickoff, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, absolutely. See how welcome Harvale receives you.
Yeah,
she won't give us any information on Harvale.
And cut to Strangford if you make it there.
Yeah.
Cut to the vampire's house.
The vampy.
We'll be calling him Strahd next. All the S's.
All the S's.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it sounds good. What do you want to do? It's up to you guys.
Yeah, we want to do that. I'm just conscious of how long we've been in.
Yeah, no, this is part of the. It's very fun for me. Yeah. So if you want to,
we'll do that. Try and convince them to give us a ritual.
Cool. So it's almost like a 2-part score. The first part is get the ritual. Second part is go get hut and possessed.
Oh yeah, that'll be like next
scores,
session.
Yeah. Like two scores back to back. Yeah, or it's setting up one score, setting up the second score, right?
Yeah.
Because I think that's really super interesting. Basically, letting Hutton go berserk on his own crew. That's all. I think that's a very clever idea. I think that's fun. That's interesting. Cool. So then, all right. So we'll have a break, get something to drink, get something to eat. We're back in about 10-15 minutes. Don't go anywhere. As we see, probably for the first time, Lord Scurlock, a vampire, a blaze in the dark vampire, and what they want. So cool, yeah. Right, guys. We've seen a minute. Awesome.
Bye.